how schools and churches program children to serve the system. From the moment we can speak, we are told what is right, what is wrong, and what we must do to be good. We sit in neat rows, recite lessons, sing hymns, but few ever ask why. What if the systems we trust the most, schools and churches, were never designed to make us think, but to make us obey? In school, we're taught that obedience equals intelligence, that memorizing facts is the same as understanding truth. Creativity is rewarded only when it fits within the rules. Disobedience is punished, not questioned. As the philosopher Michel Foucault wrote in Discipline and Punish, schools resemble prisons, both built to produce docile bodies. The timetable, the uniform, the ranking system, all are tools of normalization. We are trained to move in unison, to compete, to measure our worth against others. One of the most insidious lessons schools teach is competition. From a young age, children learn that life is a race, that success means being better than others. Grades, rankings, and awards all shape a mind that sees peers not as collaborators, but as rivals. We are conditioned to chase validation, not understanding. This serves a purpose. A society built on competition mirrors the very logic of capitalism, where value comes from outperforming, not uplifting. Erich Fromm, the humanist philosopher, warned of this in The Sane Society. He wrote that the modern system teaches man to compete instead of cooperate, to hoard instead of share, and to see his neighbor as a threat instead of a brother. When children are taught that their worth depends on beating others, they grow into adults who cannot imagine a world built on cooperation, only greed, unfairness, and hierarchy. This is done so not to awaken our individuality, but to prepare us for the machinery of capitalist productivity. When people are divided, they are easy to control. After school, many enter another institution, the church. Here too, obedience is sacred. You are taught to kneel, to confess, to believe, not to question. Friedrich Nietzsche saw this clearly. He wrote that religion often functions as a tool of control, a way to tame the strong, to humble the individual, and to make people accept suffering as virtue. He called Christianity a slave morality, a system that rewards submission and condemns rebellion. The child who learns not to question authority in church becomes the adult who obeys authority in society. The transition is seamless. The bells of the school become the alarms of the workplace. The teacher becomes the manager. The grade becomes the paycheck. You are told to follow procedure, respect hierarchy, and earn your rewards. The goal is the same: compliance, because an obedient worker is far easier to manage than a thinking one. Noam Chomsky, a fierce critic of modern education, once said, "The whole educational and professional training system is a very elaborate filter, which just weeds out people who are too independent." And so the system sustains itself. School conditions you to obey. The church conditions you to submit. And the capitalist world rewards you for your obedience with survival, not freedom. But make no mistake, this isn't conspiracy, it's design. The Industrial Revolution demanded punctual, disciplined, predictable workers. And so education was reformed to meet that demand. Not to create thinkers but laborers. Not philosophers but functionaries. Karl Marx warned that under capitalism, the worker becomes an appendage of the machine, and the machine needs parts that don't question their role, only perform it. But somewhere deep within each child, there is still that spark of rebellion, the desire to ask why, to look beyond the system that tells them who they should be. Jean-Jacques Rousseau believed that humans are born free, but everywhere they are in chains. From birth, we are programmed to fit into structures that define us: religion, education, career, and nation. We are told to believe, not to know, to comply, not to question, to earn a living but never truly live. The path to freedom begins with awareness. When you see the structure, you can step outside it. When you question, you begin to think. Education should not be about obedience, but awakening.